My
What's
dude,
up, man?
hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm out here in South Florida.
Hmm.
You're in DC, right?
Well, close. We're in Virginia Beach, so approximately the same thing, I guess.
I was born in
Yeah,
DC, so
indeed. We were just mentioning that. It's like this is kind of your area, although I'm not from here, so I'm an import, and I can't really claim that, this is my spot. But it
gotcha.
is your spot, and we're super happy to have you on tonight. So I'm guessing the weather looks pretty nice. You've been enjoying your quarantine?
Yeah, the weather's pretty nice right now. I'm trying to walk around my house and get good Wi-Fi so I don't get blurry because my house has pretty bad Wi-Fi. But I've been having a pretty good quarantine. I'm here with my family and just trying to stay creative, stay busy, have fun, and kind of just be in the same house as my whole family for the first time since like high school. So it's been
Definitely.
cool.
And that is something that, like, I mean, I live with my girlfriend right now, but had I lived with my family throughout this, I mean, it is something to be grateful about. It's something that normally we wouldn't have the time to slow down and be with the family, but are they happy to have you home?
Yeah, they're definitely happy to have me. I think they're gonna definitely be ready to see me leave when it's all over, just because it's a lot. But
Yeah,
we're very thankful that we've been able to have this time. We
I
actually had like a
yeah.
big family vacation planned for sometime in June. I think we were gonna go to Greece. It was all planned and everything, and that got canceled. So this is kind of our Greece vacation instead.
Definitely. It's the family staycation, if you will, I
Exactly.
suppose. Very
Yeah.
nice. So I wanted to ask a little bit about kind of where it all began and the ways that you view your career a little bit differently now, all these years later. So I was obviously doing some research, stalking you, just trying to get the
Mm.
411. And one of the things that I noticed is, your career kind of started 8 years ago when you won that competition and got 35,000 bucks and whatever, and you were able to spend it on your music career and kind of launch your career that way. I was
Yeah.
curious because the music industry is nothing but a learning experience the whole way through. If somebody gave you a free 35K right now, where would that money go these days?
It always goes to the same thing. Whenever I make money, I just put it right back into the whole bank account that I take the money from and pay for the tour buses and pay my my band and the hotels. It all
Mhm.
adds up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So if I got that money in the mail today, I would just put it towards a music video or something like that. Studio time for mixing and mastering.
Mhm.
Money goes very quickly. So as nice it is when it comes in, it goes out very quickly. But it's all
That
it's all
is
for the
true.
greater good. It's all just to keep pushing this dream along.
Hmm. And speaking of, I guess, kind of the tour bus and just paying your band and whatever. Obviously, you're by yourself now musically. I assume your family isn't your bandmate, or
No.
they're not the ones who go out on tour with you. So, have you been writing music by yourself, or is that really a collaborative experience sometimes for you?
It's definitely a collaborative experience normally. I mean, in LA, I have a lot of friends who are writers and producers, and nowadays I work best when it's just a casual studio vibe at somebody's house with two or three friends who are also writers. It's very hard to find the inspiration here at home to sit down and actually write like real music.
Hmm.
These little funny videos and songs that I've been making for TikTok are kind of like my compromise of being able to stay creative and write, but not go fully into sitting down, locking my room for 6 hours and like
Right.
banging my head against the wall and writing a real song, because that's to me that's much more extensive and takes a lot more brain power to like
Yeah. Yeah.
sit down and make an actual song. So that's kind of in LA. I've been doing a little bit of writing here, but mostly I'm just kind of waiting for to get back to LA. But I have like 2 albums worth of music that's just finished and ready to go and sitting on my MacBook, just ready to get
Wow.
released. Yeah.
Wow. Is there one or the other that you want to release first? Do you want to do a double album? What's the plan with all that?
Yeah, I mean, well, the first single was called Save Me. It comes out May 15th. I haven't really officially announced it yet. We're waiting for the single artwork to come back. But that will come out May 15th. That's my favorite song I've ever made. I'm really, really excited about that. I made that in like September of last year. So I've been sitting on it. And then I have like 20 other songs, literally like 20 other songs that I'm just kind of waiting and seeing how all this plays out. I don't know if it'll be an EP or multiple singles or an album, but I have some of my favorite music I've ever made that I'm just sitting on, and I don't want to waste it. I don't want to put it out you know, every 2 weeks just to kind of feed the world content. I'd rather do it right and put out one song, promote it for a while, put out, you know, songs like that instead of just throwing them all out there.
So forgive me if I haven't been keeping up all the way, but the May 15th song you were talking about, don't even have the single art yet. Was that a
Yeah.
big announce right there that you just kind of casually slipped in there? Was that something that people didn't know?
No, most people don't know that. I've kind of been sliding it into a few interviews every now and then, but I haven't officially announced it. It's definitely a step up in the evolution of my sound. I think people are going to be a little shocked when they hear it, but still be able to hear, you know, the Jake Miller that they've been following for all this time. But I'm really excited for everyone to hear it. It's just a really cool song, and conceptually, lyrically, it really just like speaks to where I am mentally, like in my head these days, just feeling really good, you know, putting the past behind me and going forward. And I just feel really good about it. So it kind of is like the first page to a new chapter, and all this new music is kind of on like a new wave for me. And so I'm really excited.
I know I can't press for details, but I do just want to say you are a master teaser, talking about how it's going to be a little bit shocking, but it's going to be
Yeah.
true to you. It's like, what is happening in this song? So I'm looking forward to it. May
Thank
15th is
you.
called Save Me, right?
Saved me. SAVED. Past tense. Saved.
Ah, saved me. Okay, cool. I will commit that to
Yeah.
memory. I'll be on the lookout for it. I wanted to talk
Please.
about your most recent project because one of the first striking things that I noticed when listening to it for the first time was that just kind of even looking at the page, even looking at the track listing, in a world of artists who mostly use all lowercase, that is the aesthetic these days.
Yeah.
You're out there, man. That's bold. That's brash. That's all uppercase song titles. Was that a conscious choice?
Um, it was definitely a conscious choice. I don't really know why exactly I did it. I think it was just to, you know, kind of mark the beginning of a new era when
Mhm.
I started to do all capitals. I think that was based on a true story, I think. And then same with the most recent project, Summer 19. So everything from like about a year ago going forward was all capitals, and I don't know. I just kind of like it. It looks powerful. It
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
important. So it kind of draws my attention more when other artists have songs with all capital letters. So I figured, why not? At least for now.
That's true. Is that something you're going to continue doing with, like, for example, Saved Me and other future singles?
I think actually we just had this conversation like a week ago in our email chain with the label. I think I
Yeah.
told them to do it all capitals. I'm not too sure. I think we'll find out together when it comes out.
Okay. Okay. Very cool.
It's not something that's a huge, you know, here nor there for me. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't,
Yeah. I
yeah,
can tell that's not who you are all the way. Like,
right.
Jake
As long
Miller's
as
the
it sounds
capital
good.
letter guy. Yeah. It's not like that. But
No.
it was interesting to see because it's not something that other artists are doing. And it sounds like that spirit of doing something different and really
Yeah.
kind of making a statement is going to continue with the new music. So
Yeah.
that is very exciting. Now, when I was listening to Summer 19, I kind of picked up on, and this is a theme throughout a lot of your discography and probably through a lot of pop artists' discography, but the idea of we moved to LA and LA changed you. I
Mhm.
noticed that a couple of times. Is that based off a true story? Is that a real person that you're talking about?
I mean, I went through a breakup for a while. I wrote like a bunch of songs about it, but now I'm, you know, onto the future, and just all of the songs that I'm about to put out are like very opposite of those songs. You know, I was going through a phase for a while where like I couldn't do anything except for like write sad songs, and it wasn't even because I was necessarily sad. It was just because that was the music that I was connected to and I was inspired by, and you know, I would hear other sad songs, and like I'm just a fan of sad songs, like not because I'm a sad guy at all. It's just because it's strongest. That's what music is for. Um, but no, as I said, all the music going forward for this new era is all very upbeat, uplifting, happy. It really just speaks volumes to where I am now, and yeah, I mean, I'm just concentrated on the future, and I love those old songs that I made, but I'm in a different headspace now for sure.
That's good. That's awesome. I'm
What's up,
loving in the
Chewy?
chat right now.
Chewy
Yeah,
Martinez,
it's
what's
like
up?
Chewy in the chat being like, "Marry me, Jake." Does that stuff? I mean, you can tell as an artist, and I've even received things like this before. You can tell when it's real, and you can tell when it's fake. Do you think it's funny? Does your girlfriend think it's funny when people are like, "Marry me, Jake"?
Do we think it's funny? Yeah, it's definitely funny. I don't, I don't pay mind to too much of that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't,
That's
I'm not the type of guy that wants, to have his head blown up real big from every comment. I take it all with a grain of salt. But I definitely respond to the comments that I feel are genuine. And when I see DMs in my inbox that are like really genuine, and I've been there since 2011. I have your lyrics tattooed. Like, those are the comments that I really love seeing. Obviously, it's nice if you want to marry me, but that's not realistic.
it's not going to happen, is it?
No,
No.
only one person.
Okay. I'm also seeing a lot of comments about the hat, and I know that I'm a hat guy too. Just kind of as a
Wait,
silly,
sorry,
lighthearted
man. I'm gonna
question,
back up and
what do you look
I'm gonna back up
for?
and get some Wi-Fi because I couldn't hear you for a
Okay.
second.
Okay.
What are you saying? I
Gotcha.
can
Yeah,
hear you now.
it's been cutting in. Uh, I was going to ask about a lot of comments about your hat as well, and I'm a hat guy, definitely
My
always
hat?
wearing some form of flat bill. Yeah. So I was curious if you've got, because I've noticed, you wear a lot of hats in like your promotional photos too. Is that part of your aesthetic? Is that the Jake Miller look? You're a hat man. Is that
I
something that you
definitely wear a lot
also?
of hats.
Okay.
I definitely wear a lot of hats right now. It's because my hair is really long and I don't have anybody to cut it. But I
Yep.
have like 3 or 4 hats that I'm just like obsessed with. I really like this one. I have this Jack Daniels hat that I got in Nashville. I
Mm.
have this camo Fender hat. I'm sponsored by Fender, the guitar company. They've sent
Yep.
me like 20 guitars, so I
Yeah.
feel like I should rep them and give them some thanks. But yeah, I'm a hat guy for sure. I like that hat that you're wearing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm so washed out that you can't see. It's a Braves logo. It's white on white. It's if you were here,
Chipper
you'd see
Jones.
it, but with my little halo light, let's see.
Yeah.
There, we can kind of see it a little bit. I was gonna say about the guitars, man. I like to do some wild stuff on my show. I brought my guitar. It's sitting in the corner,
Oh, nice.
but it's not a Fender, so I'm
What do you got?
sorry. I'll do better. I've got a Schecter actually.
Okay,
You've
nice.
played one of those before. It's a little bit of a rock thing, but Fender's a good brand too, and I cannot believe they've just casually sent you 20 guitars. Where do you put them all?
They're hanging on my wall in LA at my house, but
Okay.
it's like one every 3 months. I just got a guy over there who's like he's like my guy, Jason, and so every now and then he'll just be like, oh, here's the new batch of guitars, pick one, and the only thing I got to do in exchange is play Fenders on stage, which is
Mm-hmm.
not even a favor because they're my favorite guitar anyway. I'd be playing them anyway, so
Sure.
yeah, it's awesome. My
That's
room is starting to look like Guitar Center.
mm-hmm. I mean, that's the dream come true right there. Is the endorsements and the people being like,
Yeah,
here, have this $900 Fender guitar for free. That stuff is
yeah.
great. Does that stuff ever get old to you? The freebies, the here, we want your sponsorship, take one of these. Is that something that I'm guessing it doesn't get old, but I've got to
No, it
ask.
doesn't get old. I mean,
No?
it's nice to be wanted. It's nice to have companies, want to be associated with you, especially
Mhm.
companies as cool as Fender. Like I've been
Yeah.
playing Fenders for as long as I've been playing guitars. So for a company to want to be involved with me and be in business with me, like that's just a dream come true. We get a lot of offers every week to do brand endorsements, and I like to be really, picky and choosy with it because I'm not an influencer. I'm a musician, and I never want people to think for a second that I'm an influencer. I do some brand deals every now and then if they feel right and they feel authentic. To pay for stuff like the tour bus and the hotels and the Ubers and the flights. But I I pick like one out of every 50 that we get in the email. So it's nice to get the offers, but got to be careful with those.
Absolutely. I saw a great comment from Riley who was like, hey, if your room fills up with too many guitars, I'll
Send them
be
her
happy
way.
to take one off your hands. Yeah.
I got you. I don't know about that though. I'll always find a place for it.
That's fair enough. I mean, they're your guitars. It's super special. It's super awesome. Do you have a favorite guitar? Just out of curiosity, is there like one that you write your best songs on?
Not really.
No. Okay. Okay.
Honestly, I don't write too many songs on guitar. I write
Mhm.
songs on piano. That's how I start.
Gotcha.
But when I go on tour, I'll only take one with me. So it's normally like this red one or this gold one. So yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So we're nearing the end of our time, but there's one thing I love to do with artists when we put them on live with us, and that is normally if you like came here to Virginia Beach, we would grab a photo together, but we can't do that. So could we grab a screenshot together instead?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So
Let
what
me
I
know when
want to
you're
do,
ready.
Okay, what I want to do is I want to turn off the comments and I want to ask the chat to be our photographers. So we
Oh,
can like
nice.
we can strike a pose doing whatever we want. We don't have to worry about putting two hands on the phone to actually take the screenshot.
Smart guy, smart
That's
guy.
that's that's what I try to do at least. So you got to go to pose. I'll follow your lead, man.
All right. Are you guys ready to take screenshots?
Take these screenshots and DM them to him, DM them to me at Waters on Air, DM them to us. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Is that what
All
we're
right,
doing?
ready? One, two, three. That's my go-to pose.
That's your go-to?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. All right.
All right.
I think that was good. Hopefully we got some screenies and hopefully, they come through okay. So with all of that out of the way, the only last thing that I want to know is beyond the single that technically we're not supposed to talk about, what is next for Jake Miller?
Man, it's hard with what's going on. We don't exactly know the timeline of too many things besides, this song. But, I had a tour in summer that was canceled. I had an Asia tour in September. First time I was ever going to be playing in Asia got canceled. College shows, festivals, everything got canceled. So I'm just, rolling with the punches. Everybody's in the same situation. But the only thing I can do is kind of continue to make music and, creative content like TikToks and Instagram videos and stuff like that. Because, right now I've been told there's a chance that I won't be back on the road until like 2022. So, I just went and got a new MacBook and got Adobe Premiere, the video editing app, and I'm just going to learn all about that because I feel like for the next year, artists like me are going to be in a kind of weird situation where we're going to have to start doing more, at-home content, homemade music videos, and
Yep.
so that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing all of it.